legs. I don't know what to think, but here we are in this ring. It seems so far from the truth, and I go hide in the booth. Can you feel the movement or spin? Can you see the curvature bend? Do you see when they spray the skies and they make up lies and do it again? Man, who's really in charge? How long has the lie been hidden? How long has time been broken? Cause every season is different. They tell you climate is changing. They say the global is warming. They think you'll need a vaccine, otherwise you'll die without warning. God put the stars, the sun, and the moon in the same sky. God put the devil on earth and let us reside at the same time. Maybe because angels betrayed God all over a slut lust. Then there was a reset, some of us call it a mud flood. Firmament permanently fixed to a plane, perfectly placed, impervious escape for the human race. This is God's work, so ask God first every day. And it's not curved, it is straight. It is not a planet, it's a plate. This the other side of Hell's Gate.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Snoop Von Poop and the Templar of Doom.
Dun, dun, dun.
What is up, Templar?
What's up?
What is up? What is up for Ray? Thank you for reposting the stream. Good day to you as well. That was the worst fucking accent ever. Oh, man.
Mama and Peach.
Dude, how are you, man? Yeah, you know what? I know that today's going to be a fun one because you're fired up already. We've been talking a little before the show here, and you're fired up.
Yeah.
So I like these days.
Good. Yeah, I hope the audience.
But you know what? I want to send everyone right on over to the phone booth podcast.substack.com. Dude, look who posted some new content on the phone booth podcast. Your boy Snoop Von Poop has a brand new episode on Substack. Been a while since I posted on there, but I'm getting back in the swing of things. Dude, there's a new banger out from the phone booth. Go check that out. Free your mind with Witness 813. And then, of course, we got the live streams. We got the Here's the Thing podcast, the Pick Is In podcast, the Philosopher King, the Mind of Madness. Dude.
And I've seen Jonah on lately. Like he's, I think, kind of
he retired a little bit, huh? He's off trying to be Gordon Gekko, but he's more like the Geico Gecko. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. It's just nice to see him on. I've seen activity on the account.
But also go to the merch tab at the phoneboothpodcast.substack.com and check out all the threads, dude. There's some amazing shirts on there, and it's constantly being updated. New shirts coming out all the time. There's that banger for the Pick Is In right there, boy. That one's sick. And for $20, you can't go wrong. Templar has a bad echo, Gordon Echo.
Told you.
I can't hear it on my end. It's weird.
I can hear it in my headset.
But yeah, everybody go to phoneboothpodcast.substack.com. Then head on over to Can Am Bullion. Get yourself some precious metals. Green means it's going up, so it's just a small amount. So it's slowly climbing back up. It's taking a hit. So now it's probably a decent time to buy. We're not financial advice experts here, and we don't give advice, but the dips are where you want to get in. So head on over to Can Am Bullion, get yourself some metal, and we'll see if we can get the audio figured out on Templar's end.
Yeah, I don't have any other streams going.
Let me see if I can adjust it on my end here. So this is the joys of the live stream podcast, folks. We'll see if this helps. Go ahead, Templar. Talk to me now.
Talking to you.
Is the echo any better?
I didn't hear any.
Okay, good. Boom. So
all
we've
you
got
have to do is kick me off. That was it. That was the solution.
Boom, dude.
Just kick me off.
Ted said it wasn't there in the very beginning, but once you switched to the screen share, it did it, so you probably have the streaming in the background. Maybe. I don't know. I'm in 2 different browsers, so I don't know if that would be it. But cool. So welcome back to the show. We're done with the screen share. But dude, what do you what's on your mind today, Templar? It's been a weird, wild week of sorts.
Boy, I'm gonna tell you. Some shit got me fired up today, right? And fucking, I mean, it's really chapped my ass, and it even affected me personally. Do you have the video of that, by the way?
Of what?
Of the
Oh,
baseball
yes, I
thing?
do. I do. Let me pull it up here. And hopefully the screen share doesn't fuck up your audio again, but we'll see if it does. So yeah, give the people a little background and tell them what
All
this
right.
is about here.
So,
And
so this
do
morning
where
I see
where
this. Oh yeah,
where
what?
did it take place? Do you know?
At the Cubs game. So I guess in
Oh,
Wrigley, because it's all fucking Cubs fans, which is even more fucking to the point. But so I, get on my phone and look around like one does, and I see like all these people cheering on this guy who smacked a younger fan in front of him because he wouldn't get up for the fucking national anthem or whatever at the Cubs game. Oh, there
okay.
goes that echo.
So it is on my screen share. It's when I do the screen share. All right, let me play the video and then we'll take the screen share off. Templar, I just want to say, how dare you not stand for the national
Right?
anthem there?
How many people who listen to that shit at home right now stood up, right? Because it's the same fucking nonsense. It's the same thing. I can't see anything on the live video. Yeah.
I know. Just I don't know why it's doing that. Ugh.
But dude, that gives me a visceral reaction, right? The fact that somebody would think that it's okay to go and like smack somebody and force them to express themselves in a certain way, right? Under the guise of fucking patriotism. At a fucking baseball game, no less, right? Like, to me, every fiber in my body is 100% opposed to that. And I saw so many people like sharing and cheering that shit on, like, yeah, like fuck around, find out. No, dude. Let's not, dude. There's plenty of motherfuckers who went to Vietnam and fuck it. Like we've been through this. You know what I mean? It just, dude, that bothers me so much. And the collectivism involved in that. The whole like, you got to be a part of everybody else, or we get to be violent against you. That's the same shit that the fucking left did during the whole like take a fucking knee nonsense. I'm incompatible with that.
Yeah, I feel you on this, and I don't care if I lose followers for saying this, because I know I have a lot of people that are very patriotic that follow me, and a lot of MAGA people out there, whatnot, and follow me if you don't like what I'm saying right now. But it's not a requirement for you to stand during the national anthem.
Right.
Okay, it's not a law. It's not a fucking requirement, and you don't know why this person's not standing. You don't know if they had a medical issue. I don't know the situation in this case, so I'm not going to say that this man has a medical issue or doesn't. It's none of my business, but he doesn't have to stand for it.
Right, and it shouldn't matter regardless because he's at a fucking baseball game, not a funeral.
Right, and
So
that's
like, let's take in context that as well. Sorry.
that's another thing I think we should point out is that it wasn't until I want to say it was in the 1980s that they started doing this.
For
What
recruitment.
Right, and so now like they didn't always do the national anthem at the games. They didn't, the military does the flyovers and stuff now, and they do all the stuff. That was never really a thing until maybe it started before so don't quote me, but I want to say it didn't start until around the 1980s.
And they
Okay,
pay for the flyovers and shit. That's all
right,
marketing.
right, exactly, and not many people know that, and again, it goes back to these sports conglomerates being entertainment agencies, you know?
No, absolutely. And I think people lose track of that. This is a situation, I think that's why this bothered me so much. Is because we weren't in a situation where like a casket came back and people were saluting and someone was just being a fucking shithead. You know what I mean? I could understand people getting emotional over that, but we're basically dealing with the same thing of, do you salute the flag every fucking time you go by it? Do you need to do all these symbolic gestures to prove that you're patriotic? George Carlin said, I leave the symbols for the simple minded. And that's never
Mhm.
left me, like yes,
Say it
I
again.
get being patriot. I leave the symbols for the simple minded, right?
Okay.
Like the symbols are for the simple minded, right?
Right.
But the point on that is, like these are all supposed to be signs of freedom and expressions of freedom. But how do you express freedom in one hand while forcing somebody to make the choice that you want them to make in the way that you want them to? Nothing says freedom more than that to me. You know what I mean? The hypocrisy is just fucking. I can't, man.
Right. It's like they want conformity, you know,
Yes.
which is not a good thing. Dude, you know what?
Oh,
We don't have the doorbell button in here, but there's somebody at the door. Let's let him in.
oh shit.
Knock, 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 motherfuckers. What's up?
Oh, what's
Nah.
up, dude?
So, I have a personal story that goes along with what you guys are talking about. So, a while ago, what the fuck was it? So, I had a pinched femoral nerve.
I thought only
And
females had those.
your mama. And I couldn't stand for more than 10 or 15 seconds at a time without being in excruciating pain. And when that happened, we happened to have to go to an event. It was a concert, but the band that was playing sang the national anthem at the beginning because shit was going on. And I didn't stand up. And I'm not a tough guy. I don't like fighting. I don't think that's cool. But let a motherfucker slap me like that because I don't stand for a national anthem for a corporation to begin with.
Yep.
Normally I do just because I don't, it's whatever. I don't mind standing, and I'd rather deal with that than deal with the questions about why you're not. I'm there to listen to music, whatever. But that time I did not, and no one said a fucking word. And there was other people sitting too. So who knows if this is even real to begin with. I assume it is, but we don't know that they don't know each other. We don't know that it wasn't a whole thing because look at all the attention it's getting. I don't fucking know. But listen. You can't be patriotic about being an American and then slap somebody for doing something that you don't agree with. That is the antithesis of what America supposedly stands for. So you're a fucking idiot, you hillbilly motherfucker. And I don't care. And if I lose any followers because of that, like you said, Snoop, good. I hope I lose those because you're the fucking problem. You're the same shit as these fucking liberal fucks that want to go slap cameras out of people's hands and shit. It's the same thing. Do not fucking put your hands on someone else for something that you don't like unless
Correct.
it's time to fucking throw down. That's a different
Correct.
story. But just because you don't like what they're doing, fuck you. My God. What the fuck has happened in this country? And can I just say while I'm ranting, I'm so fucking tired of seeing these cocksuckers bitch at people who are standing on the sidewalk recording in public spaces, but they say not one fucking word about the flock cameras. It's absurd to me. It's fucking ridiculous. It's almost like it's trying to wake people up because I don't normally give a fuck about this stuff, but those enrage me. Like, I don't normally let shit I see on the internet piss me off, but when I see someone recording in a public space and I see some fucking moron walk up, it's just like the idiots who were like, why aren't you wearing a mask? You're going to get people sick. And they came up in your face. It's like, are you fucking retarded? It's the same thing. I don't want to be recorded. Then why are you walking towards a camera, you fucking idiot? Oh my God, it makes me so mad.
And to take that a step farther, usually those people walking out of those fine establishments not only have video cameras on the inside, but they're fucking posted up all around the outside, filming the exact same shit. But yet, that's not the problem. It's the guy sitting on the public spot. He's the issue.
Yeah. I saw someone the other day actually finally be smart, and he's like, do you not know that every car that's driven by has a fucking dash cam? Like, every car. He's like, what about that camera? What about that camera? I'm like, yes, finally somebody fucking says it.
The Tesla has 9.
Yeah. I don't have time to be standing on a sidewalk recording shit, but kudos to the people who were doing it and keep fucking doing it. But if you want to be super effective, record them, piss them off, and have a map of all the public cameras in the area, and then hand that to them and say, all of these people are recording you. Do you have a problem with that? That's what you need to do if you're going to do it. But kudos to those people.
And I respect those people because if you don't exercise rights, they get dismissed, right? You
just
lose
like
them.
a muscle.
And
you gotta
that's
exercise
why
it
people are
once
so
in a
retarded.
while.
They don't recognize it. They don't know it's a right, so they're all like, why are you taking my picture? Well, because it's fucking legal. It's a right. You can do the exact same thing. If you were educated, we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
Listen, I don't know fully, but I'm not saying I 100% agree with the fact that anybody can film anybody in public. But that's the way it is. So, if we're gonna live by those rules, we gotta fucking live by those rules. Not because Karen cunt doesn't like being filmed right now, because she's probably sucking some dude's dick in a hotel while she's cheating on her husband. Like, why would you get that mad? When I see someone filming, I'm like, that dude's fucking weird, and I keep going. That's it.
Right.
Done.
It's always
What
the
is wrong
control
with
freaks.
people?
It's the control freaks. It's the
is.
same
Fuck,
people
man.
who wanted to tell you that you had to wear that mask when you were in the restaurant until you sat down to place your order. But if you got up to go to
Then
use
you're
the
all
bathroom,
good.
you got to put the fucking mask back on because somewhere between your table and the fucking bathroom, you're going to run into COVID.
It's a known fact that viruses, which are very real, hang out only below 6 feet. So, I mean, they don't hang out below 6 feet. So, they got to be up, you know? So, once you sit down, you're in the clear, bro. You're in the clear. Got a foot buffer zone. You're all good.
You guys are violating my rights. I know my rights, and you're violating them.
I know my rights.
Or people that come out and they say that violates HIPAA. That violates HIPAA. No, bitch.
Well,
HIPAA's
yeah.
on you. You have the right to keep your client's information private. That relates to you and your client. Not to me, not from what I can see from public. And check this out. The biggest thing that people get pissed off on is windows. They're like, your camera can see through my window. Yeah, that's why you have windows on your storefront. Because you want people to look in and see your business. If you didn't, you'd have a fucking wall or some curtains. But the whole premise of a window is so that you can see me and I can see you. You know, so even that stuff,
That's some
Makes
peeping
no
Tom
sense.
shit right there, bro.
Well, they put
You're
they
like, the
put
bitch had a fucking window. I mean, come on. No.
Void on private, somebody's home.
I know.
That's a completely different thing.
I'm kidding.
Hey, look, those stores put jewelry up in the front window because they want people to see it. You walk up with a camera, they think you're trying to rob the place. Like,
What, Larry?
Jewelry?
Oh, okay. Larry. Okay. I thought.
Jewel, like the singer. Jewel.
Larry.
Like
the singer.
Like the homeless chick from Alaska,
Yeah, that girl.
Come to my window. What's that song go?
Oh, yeah. That's fucking, what was that chick's name?
It's totally
Melissa
not Jewel.
Etheridge.
It's totally not Jewel.
My man just covered half the fucking, what was it called? Lilith Fair right there.
Lilith Fair, yeah.
If you threw in some McLaughlin, you're all covered, bro.
Is that the one that sings about homeless dogs or whatever?
Yes. Yeah, homeless dogs.
Yeah.
In the arms of an angel.
Hey, I rescued my sweet angel, so.
You wanna get really pissed off at life? All those places that tug at your heartstrings and you're like, oh my God, I should be doing more. Just Google how much the CEOs of those non-profits make per year and then wonder why they're asking you for money.
What is Phone Booth Productions CEO Ted Logan?
Don't tell people that. They'll never respect me again.
Oh, man. Well, dude, I'm glad you fucking came up today, man. It's good to see you.
I'm glad I could. I know it's been a while.
Hanging out with the peasants, boss.
Oh, come on.
Damn.
It's not like that.
Restroom break, boss?
Can I ask these questions?
Say my request for time off in August. You still haven't approved that, boss.
Oh, sorry. I'll get my secretary on it. She'll get with human resources, and we'll get that put through.
Dude, so let me ask you guys another question about this. While we're talking about the, the guy here at the stadium that got smacked in the head for not standing.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about people that stand up at bars when they play the national anthem? Like if there's a big weekly game on, like I never experienced this, even in Vegas, like in sports books and bars, I never seen people stand up for the national anthem. But out here in Arizona, it seems like every bar I go to, they stand for the national anthem.
Merca.
Some of the city bars too.
I don't know.
I don't care if somebody does it. Like I'm not gonna do it,
but I don't think I've ever seen that. I would put that like akin to people who applaud when a plane lands.
I'm pretty sure, and I'll have to ask Haywood on a stream. I'm pretty sure he, like, when we were at a bar one time, he was like, stand up, Snoop, He's like, give me the old...
Come on, bro. Don't you love Jesus in America?
Dude, if we're in a bar, 100%.
Take your hat off. Take your hat off.
For it. Yeah, 100% I'm not. If I'm in a ball game, I've been to a handful, like 2 or 3. And I stood up, like I participated with everything. I, didn't have a problem with it. But like if I was at a bar and everyone started standing up, that would just feel weird. And I probably would not.
It's like fucking Catholic Church. So up, down.
Down, up, yeah.
I don't know. I can't pick up on the pattern. Everyone already knows when it's coming, and I don't know.
They have built-in knee
Snoop's
pads.
never been to a Catholic church. So.
Fuck you. I have.
I can tell.
I've been to one in St. Augustine.
Fuck you. I've been to a church, motherfucker.
I bet my grandmother took me to one in St. Augustine, and it was crazy because I had never been to anything like it. And
was it in Latin then, or was it in English?
I think it was like a bit of both. And like I just remember like they had like the bench that you could kneel upon. Yeah. I was like, oh
yeah,
wow,
they're built in, fold down, bloop.
But like
down and yep.
I mean, it was just like because my mother raised me Christian, but not like Catholic. So
yeah, my grandparents were Catholic. My mom was Christian. I went to both. I was baptized in both. I went to Catholic church a lot because we stayed with my grandparents a lot. So I've been to mass many times. But it is in Latin when we went. And now, oddly enough, the church that my grandparents went to in my lifetime, it was in Latin. Then it went to English. Now it's in Creole. I shit you not. It's a completely Haitian church now, and the mass is in Creole.
Welcome to Miami.
Yeah. Ooh, that's how it goes. Masisi. That's what happens. So
what is that? Swahili? What the fuck is that?
That's Haitian, bro.
Oh,
I just called you a faggot in Haitian.
All right.
Like, all right. Wait, you dropped the wrong one. You're supposed to drop me. That's what you should have done. Get your ass back up here. You just wanted to be on the bottom, like in
That's
real
right,
life.
on the power bottom. That's right. What's up? What's up, guys?
You have a lot of nice books, Templar. I like it.
Thank you. This is my collection.
Many leather-bound books. Anyway, Snoop. So what are we talking about?
Well, we were talking about that. Dude, you want to talk about the Tate Brothers?
The AI videos?
Oh, man, that's what they're saying, huh?
I mean, I seen the foot disappear. He was in a video a few days ago with the dude in the background with no head and no hand. Yeah. They're showing us something. Something's going on.
Yeah, the casino, right? That's where the guy in the background had no head.
Yeah, and literally you could see the collar, no head, and then in the very end, he lifted his arm up and there was no hand.
Yeah. You know what I think's happening is I think that people like Nick Fuentes are fucking falling off, right? So they got to build the fucking opposition up with fucking Tate. Nothing builds people more than, you know, like you rally behind them because they got arrested, right? The system's trying to fuck them over, so everyone's got to rally behind them. And then
you can go through my history, and I never have, and most likely never will, say a nice thing about Andrew Tate. I get a bad vibe from him. I don't like. I try to look at something as, would I be able to tolerate this person in person? Like, could I hang around them? And I absolutely could not be in the same room with him for longer than a few minutes without fucking saying something, because he's annoying, he's obnoxious, he thinks he's the greatest person in the fucking world. He's maybe better than me. That's not what this is about. It's about how he is. For all the people like, he's richer than you, he's better looking, he's in jail. Yeah, all that's true. Whatever.
I don't think he's better looking than you, Ted.
Thank you, Snoop.
He also brags about like fucking beating women and shit like that, you know.
I have that video too.
Good.
Because fucking that's the kind of shit that, you know, like I can't respect the guy for. And the other thing is, if you look at him, all I see when I see him is like when I was growing up in, you know, in my 20s and 30s, there were all these like male pick artist things on like YouTube, and people be like, oh, you got to go to the bar and you got to peacock it.
I was just gonna say that guy, he's like the peacock. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Wear a big hat so you get attention, dude.
Yes.
Here's one for you. Man. So when I was talking to Toad on my podcast recently,
name drop.
He used to be a pickup artist. He claims this is his claim, not mine. But he says,
"Come on, son."
He said he was a pickup artist. Can you believe that?
What was he picking up? Twinkies?
I don't know. I mean, I guess that you know.
Don't clip that.
There's a Spectrum play in there somewhere where it works. I don't know.
I guess it's like, hey, can you help me find my mom? I don't know. Maybe. Right. Anyway, but was there more to that, or just that he was a pickup artist?
Yeah, no, but that's wild in itself. He was a pickup artist.
That is wacky, wild stuff. Snoop.
That's weird, wild stuff. What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
The thing about those pickup artists and the plays they try to run is the problem is it's all persona. It's all bullshit, right? It's all gift wrapping. You're essentially trying to trick somebody into thinking that you're not somebody that you actually are, right? So that you can build a relationship. What kind of relationship are you going to build with a woman or a friend or anyone if after they get to know you, they realize that's not you at all? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's a shit foundation to even start on.
I feel exactly the same about how these women put on all this ridiculous makeup now. And let me be the first to tell you, I prefer a woman with no makeup. Like, I get weddings, when you're going out, stuff like that. But like, don't be like, if you won't let me see you without your makeup on, like there's literally girls I dated when I was younger. Like, no, you can't see me without my makeup. Like then it was like, ah. Now I'm like, I fucking know why. Because these hoes are completely altering themselves. And
Dude.
listen, you're more beautiful in your normal form without putting toxic shit all over your face. All I see when I look at that is like, oh, that bitch is definitely going to get face cancer. And that's it.
You ever seen that video of that chick who like has like fucking basically no teeth and shit? She just looks all fucking horrendous, and she does like she throws in teeth.
Yep.
There's like an hour worth of fucking makeup and prosthetics that she's putting on herself, and when it's all said and done, she actually looks attractive. Could you imagine? Like you bit that, you end up being the guy who she fucking hauls at the bar or whatever, and then you get home and you realize that's surprise.
Dude,
That's what you want.
That's bad enough. Imagine a nerdy, timid dude who's like, I won't have sex till she's ready. And that goes on for months, and he doesn't see her without it. And he falls in love with her. And then finally, he sees her once without that. He's stuck now, bro. He's stuck with Grenade Mouth. He's stuck with Crack Lady, whatever the fuck it is. He's fucking stuck.
How old were you when that happened?
22. No. You like how I immediately had an answer? No,
Yeah.
First of all, I don't date ugly girls. And it's not... Girls love a sense of humor. That's what I've written on my whole life. That's all fine. But I will also say, and let me be very clear about my wording here. When I say the most attractive, I mean the most commercially attractive, not the ones that I've been most personally attracted to, because that's different. But the one who was a model, the one who was on TV, those had the least to offer in a relationship. They literally rode on their looks alone, and
I don't know. I don't know. I think Bill has a little more to offer than that, bro.
Well,
but I'm
at,
saying I don't want to say uglier girls. Girls, let me put it this way. Girls who don't know that they're beautiful are the best, because they don't act in that fucking way like, my shit doesn't stink. You should do everything for me, and I have to do nothing for you. Like, it's not really how it works.
I love
well,
all
look
of
at
them.
Clavicular. You know, Clavicular. This guy gets a new
He's such a
girlfriend
douche.
recently, right? This blonde chick who's
Is this the guy that does the face camera?
All that shit. Yeah. So this guy ends up getting the typical fucking gold digger girlfriend, right? Blonde, body, whatever, right? However, all the negative that attaches with that is with this bitch. So she's spending his money. She's coming into his stream, yanking his thing. You know, she's a narcissist. She needs all this extra fucking attention. Like, why would you want to put up with that? Like, you don't need a woman like that, but yet he's cucking out in fucking front of everybody. You know what I mean?
He's
And
training
why? Because,
people.
yeah, exactly. Like, why would you want to be? Dude, that is a type of ugly that I couldn't fuck with, dude. Like, dude, oh, could you imagine?
So let me ask you this: Is
must be hell.
that similar to what Andrew Tate is doing? Is he just
Taint?
teaching men to be ugly?
To women, you mean?
Well, yeah. I mean, well, and I just in life in general, because like, I mean, I don't think his little academy or whatever. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I don't think it's geared just towards women.
Everything that he represents, I don't give a fuck about. That's what I can say. Like, being tough. Like, I'm tough enough to protect people I care about. That's about all I need. Oh, this expensive car. I don't give a fuck about that.
And
This
for the
big
rest,
house, I
for the
don't give
rest,
a
you
fuck
got
about
Rambo.
that. Yeah. Maggie's getting up there. Maggie weighs more than Rambo now, man. She's the fucking terror. She'll fucking take somebody out at the knees now. No, but for real though, like, I don't like anything he stands for, and I've never met the dude. To be fair, I've always said, until you meet someone, you can't feel their vibe. You can't say someone took the worst clip of you and me, Snoop, from every episode we've ever done and portrayed it to somebody. Like, it could make us look bad, and they've never talked to us, especially if things are taken out of context and shit like that. That could be going on, but things I've heard him say with his own mouth in long form, he seems like it. Even when he says something I agree with, he says it in such a fucking cocky way that I'm just like, I guess his purpose is different than mine. My purpose is to try to get things across to people and try to open people up. He doesn't give a fuck about that. So he talks to people like, you're an idiot. So I don't know. Just, I don't like the dude. But also, I don't know that this is really happening. And if it is really happening, he could be being railroaded for something. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, let's watch this video of him getting arrested, and then we'll talk about that. Is this real? Because I think that's an important aspect of all of this.
Bueller, hit me up. I want to have you on another episode to go through all this new, completely different stuff than you blew our minds with last time. Anyway, yeah, let's watch this. This already looks fake to me. Watch his foot. Look, his foot disappeared.
Yep,
Gone. Look.
Yep.
The tip of his foot was the color of the pavement.
We have another video too that will focus on that. But this is just
Yep, no, you're good.
This is the video that they're putting out is them
And
getting
somebody
arrested.
also said in one of them that look at the cop on the right disappears, but
Yeah,
I was
that.
watching it at a red light and I didn't see it, so I don't know.
Yeah, I have that video too, and it's interesting.
That dude's antsy as fuck.
Well, he's all hopped up on fucking Starbucks coffee and you know and pre-workout.
He's all hopped up on AI. There's no debating, well, like you said, it's in another video, but there's no debating that his fucking foot disappeared.
Right.
The tip of his foot disappeared, but yeah. So wait, hold on. I don't even know. I have no problem admitting I don't know. What are they supposedly being arrested for this time?
The UK had a warrant out for them.
For what?
I don't know all of it. I think there's some pretty hefty charges in there.
Yeah.
Do you know
Like
Templar?
trafficking?
Yeah. It's trafficking shit that extends back to, I want to say, like 2009 through like 2011. Some shit like that.
Is
But
there
yeah,
no
it's
statute of
trafficking.
limitations on trafficking?
I don't think so, but I'm not sure. And I don't
The
know how
hell
the
is
UK
that?
is structured.
Whose noise is that?
Not mine. I'm not sharing anything. It was yours somehow, Snoop. I don't know how, but it was. Anyway, is there no statute of limitations on trafficking?
I don't know how that works in the UK or what their laws are or whatever, but I think in the US
Good
there
point.
aren't either, because I think they can go back after for trafficking, but I don't think they can like.
But I mean,
rape.
it could also
There's, like,
be.
differences.
Yeah, the only thing with no statute of limitations in America, as far as I know, is murder. That's it, with none at all. Some of them have a very long one. Rape has like 7 years, like bankruptcy. I don't know.
I
Some
think
shit like
it
that.
varies state to state too. Like
Yeah.
I think some states are more and some states are less. Like I want to say some states you have up to 20 years. I think California is one of the ones where you have quite a few years.
Yeah.
To get on it, but I have another angle of the Tate arrest here, and this is the one I think where you can see the cop disappear. So
This isn't the same one I saw, but go ahead. Oh, it is. It is. It jumps. But this looks like AI to me. The way
Yeah,
that
I
jumped,
think this is.
all of this looks like AI to me. It looks
Yep.
like good AI, but it looks like AI to me.
Yeah, what I was telling Snoop was on this one, I think,
What?
is
That dude just appeared out of nowhere. Hold on, go back.
yeah.
Boop! There it was, right there. Boop!
Yep.
Where'd that
I
dude
think-
come from? This is definitely AI.
I think they took the first video and they fed it into AI, and then they said, "Give us the camera view of the guy arresting Tate," because as soon as it starts, it's almost like Grand Theft Auto
Yes,
when
where
your character
it
fucking goes,
jumps in.
and- yeah,
I've made
and
AI
then it
videos
fucking,
like
goes
that.
through. So that's why I think somebody kind of changed the perspective. So, but this could all be fuckery, like the whole thing, or Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't trust any of it though. Anyways,
I
so
don't trust any of it. I'm just waiting for shit to pop off, bro. That's all I'm waiting for. I got some ammunition and some firearms, and I'm ready.
Yeah, let's watch the end of
Some
this.
water.
This is only 12 seconds. So yeah, it's crazy how this guy disappeared. Boom.
yeah, right there, boom. And then what's going on with his eyes? And that dude in the background, to the left, the cop in the
Yeah,
background.
that's
his
absolutely
face
a
is
fake
morphing.
video. Hold on, pause it. Why are there ghosts in the background? Hold on, go back a little bit. The people all the way in that doorway like have gray face. Look, they're like in black and white. Go back a little more. You can see them better, I promise.
Yeah, the dude all the way in the far
Look.
back. Yep.
They're in black and white.
Yeah, his face is the same as the wall behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Look at this cop's eyes, dude. His brow fucking goes all the way across, like right here in the middle.
Hold on,
next
look, relieve it in this frame. Look at the guy. Look at the guy with the white spot on his chin, white spot on his collar, white spot on his shirt.
Yep.
Random
Totally.
spots. What up, Matt?
What's up, Matt?
It
Yeah.
is AI. He uses live polishing through AI. It makes him look more I don't know how to say that word. Charismatic.
Characteristics.
I was gonna say maybe that's just a typo.
Charismatic? Yeah, charismatic.
Better skin, and it makes him look better than he actually does in person. It's not perfect, so it leaves those artifacts around. And Bueller says
That's
it's just magic.
another one. Hold on, I've never done this twice in one episode, but Matt, we'd love to have you back for another episode. Also, are you going to be at Bro Grove again? That's the only place I ever met him in person, was at Bro Grove 2 years ago. And he said, "Remind me of who you are again."
What was your little space?
Well, to be fair, when we did our episode with him, I didn't use a camera. It was the avatar, so he didn't really know. But he's still
That
cool.
was a
bro,
while
man.
ago.
Yeah, it was a long time. Long time.
I have.
So yeah, that's definitely AI. So I don't know. Did they get arrested? Didn't they? Again, for human trafficking, I guess. I don't know, man. Why are they feeding us all this? They're fucking. I don't know.
Yeah. Even if they did arrest him, dude, I don't trust it. I just think it's all fucking. It's more that like story arc bullshit, you know? You're supposed to rally behind and fucking ride that story to wherever it leads, you know? And I don't have time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that shit. What are you talking about? No, I don't like. It's a dumb fucking meme thing. Like, but it's true. Like, turn off fear. Turn off your fucking TV. Like, don't buy into any of that. Anyway, Snoop, want to read this?
It's a typo. Charismatic. It's AI that is doing all of the live editing and things that people normally would do post-recording. No plans on any travel soon. I wish. I have some things I have to pay attention to here for the next 5 months.
I got you, man. I know
Boom.
everything's in an upheaval right now, but you don't have to travel to be on the podcast again, so hit me up if you want to do that. And what up, Bill? Yeah, you should jump in because I got to leave in a few minutes. You should tag team in and take over. You're probably still at work.
Yeah.
Listening on your phone.
Blessed with the 2 great ones in one episode? Wouldn't that be amazing? Dude, I don't know if you want to stick around for this, but I have the video that's been going around that is apparently the Tate Brothers from 2012, and where they're beating the girls, and like this is part of,
I'll stick around, but I don't like seeing that at all.
It's only 30 seconds.
I know. Just even if it's fake, I don't like seeing it because it's not cool to beat a woman ever. I mean, sometimes a bitch deserves it, but it doesn't mean you got to do it. Anyway, go ahead.
I won't even make a your mom joke in there. I'm a refrain.
I'm gonna take the high road.
This is called growth, Ted.
I love it. Oh God! All right.
Say what you listen. Did I say it? No. Did I say it?
with their weird accent.
Tell me you love me. Say what you mean.
It just it started over.
Okay, so I feel like I have to be fair and candid here. This is not going to go over well, and my wife will be home in a few minutes, so let me get it out before she gets home. So there was this one girl that I used to do stuff with, and oh God, I can't believe I'm repeating this. I'm such an idiot. She told me the only way I can come is if you punch me in the ribs. And I was like,
50-14. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm like, I'm kind of out. I'm kind of done. Like, it's not good for me. So I punched her and left. No, I'm just kidding. But I literally did have a girl say that to me one time, and I was like, it's not really my thing. Like, I could probably get down with you punching me way easier than I can get down with me punching you.
She said, "Give me 8 inches and hurt me." So I fucked her twice and hit her in the head with a brick. Oh.
I said, I'm not cutting 2 inches off.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. So I've been in situations similar. I was at this bar, and someone was giving me fellatio, and was requesting that I choke her. And no matter how tight I choked, it wasn't enough, and it got scary. Like I don't know. We're in public. Like, what are we doing?
What are we doing here? I'm not trying to catch a body in the fucking club.
Some people are just broken people, man. You know, and that's a huge sign of like broken people. Unfortunately, you know, like that's the only way they can reach that stage. That's a sad life.
So, I mean, what is the deal with these two? I mean, they are.
The deal with these two?
What's the deal with these people? They are wanted on over 50 charges related to grapes and arranging or facilitating the trafficking for sexual exploitation, assault, occasionally actual bodily harm, as well as additional charges relating to illegal child images and videos attached to those. I don't want to say the word.
Yeah. So I can say two things to this. One, I believe that's all probably true, and they're fucking scumbags, and they should be burned. I don't know. The opposite to that is, no, I can't even bring myself to say it, because they're not doing that much that anybody should give a fuck enough to bring them down, unless there's something I don't know. Like, because we're bringing the truth, they want to take us out. Like, I don't know what you're really doing. I don't know. So I kind of believe it. I kind of believe that they're scumbags. Just saying.
Are they
I don't know.
Connected to, this network? We want to say that there's like nothing happening with like the Epstein files. Is this something that is happening behind the scenes, maybe?
The brother with the hair, I know he has business partners that are from a certain location, right? He's been very open about that, and he received criticism. So, I mean, there could be some back end shit that went south somewhere. But at the same point, to be honest with you, like, let them have their fair trial. They deserve that regardless. But outside of that, I could give a fuck about these guys, and if they end up frying, so be it. But I'm not gonna shed a tear. But I'm not gonna back them on shit. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't even know if they're real. I don't know if they even exist. Right. I've never met them. I have no fucking clue. But I gotta go, guys. Right. Love you. I'll see you guys soon.
See you, dude.
Tate's fucking whole shtick is all about the Matrix, right? Gonna escape the Matrix, and the Matrix is attacking you, and blah blah. And I think that he is the kind of guy who's just grabbing unguided young men, people who didn't have father figures, and people who have frustration, and people that just lack guidance. And I think people like him and Nick Fuentes, try to take that and try to focus that energy in a manipulative way, as opposed to doing something that'll teach those people how to do something better. And I think Jordan Peterson originally came along and was trying to give some guidance to these people or some structure, and then he went off on fucking his own thing. So it's kind of murky waters when you deal with these people.
It seems like it always happens too. It's like whenever there's somebody interesting that comes along and has like a decent message to spread, they get corrupted somewhere along the way. Why does it have to happen every fucking time? Like,
I think the money's too much for a lot of these people to say no. The access and the money and shit like that. It's so easy to just get caught up in, and then you think you're big shit. You're connected to people. Sneeko did the same shit. False light. Yeah, yeah. And then Sneeko, there was the guy who did the
who's
Scientology.
Nico? Who's that?
Sneeko is like a right wing uh, streamer, but he's also like openly, Islamist. But that like, but he's right in there. He's with the Andrew Tates and the fucking Nick Fuenteses and shit. Like he's that same energy.
Hmm. I don't
And
know. I've never really listened to any of these people, and I don't know what my reasoning was for not listening to them. I just wasn't interested in hearing anything from, the Andrew Tates and their university of whatever the fuck they teach, and um, people like Nick Fuentes. I mean, yeah, he's just like a fast talker, and I get why he's popular, but I don't trust him. Like all these people are corrupt. It's fucking all of them.
and I seen a thing. So I can't remember who the English reporter is, but he did a bunch of documentaries. One of them was like on Scientology, etc. Right, and he's got a bunch of big name
John
stuff that
Ronson.
I'm not sure, but I know he did one on Sneeko and fucking Marvin Gaines, I think it is, right? Like he did a whole thing on those guys, and Sneeko ended up like he found that he was doing like fucking erotic fucking homo shoots and shit, and then Sneeko kind of went quiet and underground because that's the theme, right? Like something gets exposed, and then you just see these people, they protect their post, and then they disappear for a while, and then people forget, and then they surface back up, like James Woods. James Woods just got caught trying to fucking slap into the DMs of like a fucking 15-year-old or some
Hmm.
shit, right? Some
Yep.
really disturbing shit. And just what's he doing? Same thing. He puts his fucking account on protect, no comments, no nothing, and he's just gonna write out for fucking a couple weeks or whatever, and then he'll pop back in and his fan base, and people have forgotten all fucking about it, until somebody, brings it back up.
Let me ask you, what are your thoughts on someone like Hunter Thompson?
Um, like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Hunter Thompson.
Yeah.
So I don't know a lot of him outside of like the mythos behind Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas and Johnny Depp and all that, right? Like I know that he was a reporter and he seemed to kind of like go all in on the system, but I don't know who he was connected to or how, if he was a good dude. You know what I mean? I don't know enough about him.
Yeah. I used to appreciate, his gonzo journalism is what he called it, and it was really interesting. But, after learning everything about the entertainment industry and then, seeing what happened with him, like, they say he unalived himself. The way he did it was always interesting to me. Like he did it with his wife on the phone, I think. Like I don't that doesn't sound like a normal way that someone would do it, you know? And then I had heard he was involved in filming a lot of underage uh nasty videos, if you will. I don't know if he openly came out and admitted that, or there was accusations that he was involved in it. And if you remember, like in the '80s, there was like the Franklin scandal, and like all these kids went missing in the Midwest, and like there was a big place in Nebraska somewhere, and supposedly Hunter was connected to all of this, and it came out right around the time that he unalived himself was when all of this stuff was coming out. I want to say it was 2010 or 11, maybe.
And that could
But
be. Maybe there was guilt. Maybe somebody tied up a loose end. You know what I mean? Like the time frame works too, because 2010. That's right around the whole Pizzagate. Like attention really started spiking on these types of activities. I think the public started waking up somewhere around that time.
yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, I remember I had just discovered that whole story and him being connected to it, and then boom, like th- the next day he was just, found. Like, but it's always been weird to me that, like, I don't think that somebody that would do that would call their significant other on the phone and do it. That's pretty harsh and
Yeah, not
brutal.
if you cared about that person. You know, it'd be one thing to talk to them and then
Yeah,
afterwards, but yeah,
so that
why
always
would
seemed
you?
off. Yeah. But, he was a fascinating character, and just the way he approached his journalism, was interesting. And funny enough, the guy that I have on Here's the Thing this week, he had a typewriter of his, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
Hunter
I,
S.
I
Thompson was like a shit poster before shit posting was a thing. He turned daily articles into kind of like shit posting against the establishment. That's kind of my
yeah,
understanding of his
yeah,
gonzo journalism.
dude. You know what? I want to play real quick. I want to play a clip from my Here's the Thing episode this week, and this was really an exciting episode because not only did I get to talk to a friend of mine, but I've known this dude for I think we decided it spent about 17 years, and we talked some crazy stories, and we had some technical difficulties when we recorded this, so it's audio only, no video to it. But I had to have him come back on and record another about 20 or so minutes with me because I was like, dude, we talked for an hour, but we didn't even talk about this trip that we took together one time, and so we had to talk about it. And here's a clip from this bonus time that we added into the episode here, and it tells a story of, I don't know if you've ever heard of the band the Runaways, uh, that came Lita Ford and Joan Jett and Sherry Curry, and like all these famous females come from the band the Runaways. Well, this guy Kim Fowley that we met with, he produced the Runaways, and he produced music for, I guess, Guns N' Roses and Kiss and all kinds of people. And we ended up at this dude's house one night on our trip to LA, and it got really fucking weird. And so we talk about it here. And so this is just a minute and a half here, and then we'll come back on. But yeah, this is a clip from tomorrow's episode. Check this out.
I'm sold.
And I remember, like, he comes out basically like in Silence of the Lambs, like
Yes, those
fully naked,
robe.
right, wearing like a kimono,
Yeah.
and like carrying like a samurai sword, right? Wasn't that it, or am I hallucinating that?
I don't
But
remember the sword, but I do remember the sequins robe.
yeah,
That
and then he would be showing all of his like gold and platinum records, and everything was like a, I think it was moving in or moving out, because
moving in, and
yeah, there's boxes of shit. So he's like rummaging through boxes in his fucking kimono with, like total, like, right there he's dressed, but somewhere, I don't know if it happens in this video, he goes in, changes, and shit gets fucking weird as fuck. This is how I remember it. I think it was Gluttony who starts fucking crying,
she did.
and like there was a moment when people thought they were gonna fucking die at Kim Foley's. Like it got weird, and it got weird fast, and it went sideways. And I think that's because there was a samurai sword that was coming out. It was so fucking freaky that some of the girls left their purses there and didn't even want to go back and grab their shit. It was so freaky. Do you
Yeah,
remember? Do you
yeah,
remember that? Like we were like a
definitely.
we're like a half hour away, and we're like, oh fuck, we forgot so and so's backpack or purse. We're like, fuck that, we're not.
Dude, that sounds cool as shit, bro.
Dude, yeah, it was a very surreal experience, and like like there's so much more that happened leading up to that part of the story. Like, oh man, I'm so glad that we got that additional story in there because it's such a good one. And there's, so many people involved in the story that night. People from that show, Beverly Hills 90210, Ron Jeremy, the porn star, there was Dave Navarro from Jane's Addiction, and oh man. But
That's
this
wild.
this dude, Kim Fowley, man, it it was a freak show. He was just getting out of prison and moving into this place, and like we were followed to his house, and like there was this like creepy ass music playing outside his house, like just like creepy dark fucking music, almost like, remember when we were talking about that Robert Blake in that movie.
Yes, 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 yes.
So, like, it had, like, that type of vibe to it. Like, it was fucking weird as fuck, dude. And we're in a fucking tour van with the band's logo wrapped around it. I have a picture somewhere that I'm gonna put up in the episode. But man, like he says in the video too, like, we have video of the dude. Like, there's, like, a whole 5-minute video in the episode of the dude. And you can see it's creepy. He starts yelling at the band. Like, oh man, it's crazy.
Dude. And what's this guy's name? Mick no, what
Kim
Foley
Kim
what
Kim, Kim Fowley.
Kim Fowley. I gotta
Yeah.
look this fucking guy up. That just sounds like super fucking weird. You know what I mean?
So
That's some Twilight Zone shit.
like they just did that movie about the Runaways. I think it's called The Runaways. And like it just came out a few years ago, and there's a portion of it about him in there. He was like their producer, discovered them, and then I don't know how he got tied to all these bands, but he's tied to like Kiss and Guns N' Roses and some other people. And like I said, he got caught up in some murder charge and was in prison for a while, and he was getting out that day when we went there. Like some photographer we knew set it up, like, but we didn't. This was just like on our way out of town, like all kinds of crazy shit happened. We had gotten kicked out of this club on the Sunset Strip in Hollywood, and then ended up at this weirdo's house. Like, oh,
Now,
but
is this Foley guy, is he still alive? Or is he
he passed
dead by now?
away. Yeah, when did he pass away? 2015, maybe.
Was it from like normal causes, or did they give him a death
Yeah. He
penalty? Did
was
they
an
do
older guy.
something weird or what?
I think he was like 80 years old. He was pretty old. So, but yeah,
But,
this dude, it's crazy. Like we
all
talk.
no robe and a fucking samurai's.
Yeah, and then this dude talks about how he created the whole rave scene, man. Like, he used to throw parties. He's known for throwing 60,000 people parties, and this is what raves became. Like Insomniac that does the Electric Daisy Carnival and all these events around the world now. It all started based around this dude. Like this dude's
Dude, that's
he's crazy.
you have some interesting friends because I don't have any stories that are that fucking interesting. Like I've had some weird shit, but that's kind of you know,
Well, it's just
and the
funny
fact
that
that
we
those
talked for
chicks
a whole
are like
fucking
making you want
hour.
to go.
We talked for a whole hour, and we didn't even talk about that story because it's funny because at the end of the episode, I say, "Dude, we didn't even talk about the Deadly Seven, bro." It's like, oh shit, and there's even more stuff that we could talk about too, like just fascinating times. And he's writing a book right now, so I'm hoping that he does um, write a book and put it out there because it'll definitely be a good read. He's got some crazy cool stories and just like, you guys think I know everybody, but dude, this guy fucking knows everybody. Like he legit, like he gets helicoptered into Electric Daisy Carnival. I might be on the guest list and have all access, but I don't get fucking free helicopters. He gets free helicopters when he wants to
That's,
go.
that's really cool.
But
I don't
yeah, man. So
like those girls who didn't want to go back. I'd be like, you know what, that person ain't that important. Good.
dude, so we finished the Tate stuff. Um I got a couple other things here. Um I want to talk about flock cameras for a second. What do you
Oh
think?
yeah, sure, yeah.
So I got a video here. A town in Connecticut. Um, is it- Multiple towns in Connecticut are permanently removing flock cameras from their neighborhoods after a massive backlash over privacy concerns. A FOIA request revealed that in just one town, third parties accessed camera data more than 500,000 times in only 9 weeks. So before we get into the video, that's an interesting thing there because I didn't even think about this. I mean, I don't support flock cameras, never will. Um, but anybody can go in there and request that footage. So now I could fucking potentially just request a flock camera every day, and now I could learn Templar's schedule of how he's getting to the office every day. You
Yeah.
know.
And most of them don't even have a password on the back end. So there's people that are just like fucking looking through. Now, I'm not one of the proponents that say go smash that shit, right? I think that's a quick way for a person to get a fucking felony. However, like you should be calling your fucking mayor, your council person, all that kind of shit, being like, dude, fuck this stuff, dude. We don't want any part of it. You know what I mean? Go through the right way. Don't let somebody play you for stupid and catch a fucking felony. There's right ways to go about this. And right now, I think public sentiment is clear that people are not wanting these flock cameras monitoring everything because it goes beyond just filming, right? It's the fact that it can track you everywhere and it's tracking unique identifiers on you, and that they're finding cops are doing this to like uh, meet women or to spy on their families. So it's already like being abused left and right. I'm a proponent for the most liberty to an individual, right? And you can't get that if you're on fucking surveillance nonstop.
Did you hear the story about the blonde lady? I think maybe it was in Texas somewhere. They tried to say that she was a porch pirate, like she stole a
Yes.
package off of
And
somebody's porch
yes.
because maybe her truck was seen on the
Yeah.
flock
Yep.
camera.
Because she drives that through that area, that town, on the way to
Right.
work or whatever. And that's when the cop came to the door and he's like, "If you're gonna lie to me, we got video." And she's like, "Well, then show me your video because I'm telling you the answer is no, I didn't do that." And sure enough, it came out that she didn't, but it didn't stop them from fucking flagging her and taking her for the ride on the bullshit.
Yeah, right. And the video, she does look strikingly similar. So that's fucking scary because just because you look like the person too, that's now you're highly suspect.
Dude,
you know?
there, there,
Like,
there's a case where they grabbed a lady in like multiple states over. She'd never even been to the state, but the AI hit her and said, "Oh, this was match." So she spent like fucking Christmas and shit in jail, and she's not even involved. Once they checked. But that's the other thing, right? Like people let the AI do the thinking, and they're like, "Oh, the AI made a match. We're just not going to question anything." I seen a guy was in a fucking casino. The AI gave a match that he was a coward counter or something. Again, somebody who's not from the area had his ID showing that it wasn't the person, and the cop still fucking was like, "Well, the AI said so." Like,
yeah, I can't was it you and me were talking about, or I can't remember, maybe I was talking about with Josh and Zach recently, but we were talking about how police aren't getting the training that they really need. and 6 months to become a police officer is all the training they get, and it seems like
Yep.
they need to maybe have more critical thinking type classes
Yep.
applied to the process, because you have to be able to use reasonable thought, like, especially situations happen, like the suspect may have the same name as his father or son, you know what I mean, vice versa, like they have the same name, so hey, let's look at the birth date on here, without just fucking automatically assuming we have our man,
Right.
because
Doing an
he's got the
actual
same name.
investigation.
Right, and
Check the boxes.
that's the problem, that and that's why these guys make these fucking videos, these First Amendment audit videos. That's why they make them, is because of bad policing like this. If we didn't have these type of situations happening all over the country, um, these guys wouldn't be making these videos. And what sucks, like Cram says right here, good way to give away taxpayer money. That is a big issue with a lot of this, is that, even when like we have a situation where these guys are pointing out these corrupt city officials, it's costing you and I money. It's
Right.
costing the taxpayer money at the end of the day. And so, like, I really respect some of these auditors out there that aren't so trigger happy when it comes to lawsuits. They're like, "Hey, we just want people to learn," a lot of people end up losing their job because of the way that they
Yep.
treat the public. You go into these city buildings and they just treat the public with such disdain, like, "Oh,
Yep.
you have to go online to do this. You have to
Yep.
go online." Well, no, I don't have to go online to do.
Right. This is why you have a job. This is why we pay your salary with tax dollars, is so that you can help in situations like this. That's why. So I shouldn't have to go online.
This is why we pay for these $1 million buildings to be built.
Yep.
This is why we pay the electric bill every fucking month.
Yep. No, I'm with you. And the fact of how often you see that, right? And it's gotten better, like with police understanding at least the rights of filming, right? That's gotten better since the last, probably 3, 4 years. Like lots of leadway, especially with people like Sean Reyes from
I just saw he got off on one of the
yeah.
cases that he was charged with or something.
People like him do a lot of good, but then, so there's also like to speak about, like not burdening the taxpayer. So Reckless Ben, the dude who was doing all the shit with the Legos and stuff up in American Fork, Utah, right? Like those cops were shady as fuck. They did a lot wrong. And right now he has to contemplate, do I want to sue because he doesn't want to pick the pocketbooks of the taxpayer? But at the same point, you can't get anything addressed if you don't sue. So that's exactly where he's at. He's trying to determine, do I sue? Do I not sue? I think he should, even if he gives the money back to charity or something, but something has to hold accountable.
Funny thing, same judge as Charlie Kirk's case.
Yep. Yes. Yes. And
What up,
and it might be going back
Blue?
down. Yeah, what's up, Blue? Yeah, yeah.
Thank you
And
for the
that gag
repost.
order bullshit.
Yeah, it's funny, huh? It's always the same judges. They're always connected. These stories, these psyops that they run on us.
Yep.
They're always the same fucking playbook, same
Yep.
players. Like,
And those judges.
they really do look for these actors. Those Craigslist ads that we used to see all the time, looking for crisis actors, come be a part, pays fucking $25 an hour or whatever. Those were legit and real. Like, people were hired to do stuff like that. And the better you are, the higher role you get.
Yeah. I mean, one could make the argument that that's how David Hogg got his fucking career launched, right? Fucking Park, what was it?
This,
Parkland,
yeah, yeah, and he wasn't even at school that day.
right? And how many takes did they have to shoot of the guy, right? Because I mean, you got he's upset, he's not upset, he's laughing, he's stumbling, he has to fucking tell it. Can we like none of that's natural? If I'm telling you a story about some shit that happened to me, especially something big that just happened, It's like just fucking diarrhea from the mouth, right? I'm just telling you everything as I remember it. I'm not, can we redo that? Not even thinking about optics. You're just trying to get the fucking information out. This guy's like trying to build like a narrative and a nice little story and a scene for people. That's the only reason you asked to like redo it. Oh, can we redo that? Let me repackage it.
Yeah, and then was that the same? Well, they try to connect him to two of these events now. They try to connect him to but the one in Florida and then the one in Connecticut. I think they try to
David.
connect him. Yeah, like well, some people try to connect him as the shooter in the Connecticut one, the Sandy Hook.
Right. That's what it is. Sandy Hook. That's it. Yeah. You know,
Um,
maybe not. I don't trust the guy for shit. Fucking, you know. And then he made
well,
it to the head of the Democratic Party on the chair, and they immediately voted his ass out. He wasn't, because he tried to push back on some areas. They're like, get the fuck out of here, dude. You're a puppet.
yeah, well, exactly. He's a puppet, just like that Greta Thunberg. You know, you're
Yeah.
out there to promote an agenda, to promote a message, and you get paid well, and you get to hang out on yachts with fucking the Tate brothers, probably, and
With
it is
with
what it
with
is.
with mega millionaire slash billionaire parents. You know, it's funny how these people that we get introduced to, these activists, all end up having fucking like super rich family members and shit. You know, it's never any grassroots dude from fucking Iowa without a dollar to his name. You know what I mean? It's always somebody whose daddy is super rich and like they just
But
that
Templar, Barack Obama came up all on his own grassroots. I mean, his mama was a prostitute, but he made it all on his own. Oh no, that's right, Templar. He's connected to the Bush family. He's a Bush cousin. Oh my God, what are the odds? What? He likes big dicks? Oh my God, what are the odds of that? Oh, it's crazy. Just like they throw these actors in our face and expect us to just accept it and not bat an eyelash at it and question, what the fuck is going on. And you know, I forget who I was talking to, and I was like, well, they're fucking right because we don't care. We just accept it. Like, I mean, even you and I, we sit here and we host a podcast and talk about this shit, but really, what are we doing? Maybe we're getting the message out to some people, which would be nice, you know? That would be helpful. But other than that, like, I
what?
mean,
Yeah. That's why you got to go to like the Wednesday meetings down at the
oh,
city council and shit like that, and like fucking throw your voice in the ring
on,
locally.
on Wednesdays, I watch the Phone Booth podcast on phoneboothpodcast.substack.com, Templar.
Nice. And but usually it's like once a week, either on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. That the community gets together. And the mayor and all those folks.
These eyes have seen a lot of pain.
These eyes.
Hell yeah, that's a sweet plug. That's why I'm the best podcaster in the business. Snoop knows how to drop it like it's hot. Go to
Yes, you do.
luxbidet.com, use promo code Snoop, and you'll only pay 90% for anything on their exclusive website. Check them out.
Did we ever check into Can-Am Bullion?
We did.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
We did. And we'll give them a shout out to everybody. Go to Can-Am Bullion. I don't have it ready to
Young.
pull up right now, but we will get it pulled up before the episode is over. But yeah, should we play this video from the flock cameras? I mean, we kind of got
Yeah.
off topic there, but
Yeah, go with it.
it's important, all of this stuff. So
Yep.
here we go.
Town leaders here in Windsor say it was not an easy decision, but they have decided to pull the plug on the 16 flock cameras that were set up around town. And to be clear, these cameras are not the kind that send you a ticket if you go by speeding or running a red light. They just sit there quietly photographing every vehicle going by, noting the time, license plate, and location. If a car is stolen out of Hartford, police can access the flock cameras and see if that car went by a camera here in Windsor. But town leaders have decided to turn off those cameras because Flock Safety could not guarantee that it's not sharing its information with federal agencies like ICE.
Where is the data going? Who has access to that information? Who can access that information? Is it being shared with third parties?
In a statement from Flock Safety, they say public safety and privacy are not competing goals, and Flock is committed to transparency, accountability, and local oversight in every community we serve. Now, one resident here in Windsor used a Freedom of Information Act request to find out how many times camera information was accessed. He got it for a 9-week period and found out that that information was accessed by third parties more than 500,000 times in just 9 weeks.
So I have a question. What's a third party? Because if these are public cameras, anybody can go in there and request them. I could go in there and request them. You could go in there and request them. Bill S. Preston Esquire could go in there and request them.
Yep.
Like,
That's a third party. Yep.
so why do they make it sound all suspicious?
Well, just the fact they're pointing out that so many things are accessing it. But you know what's real interesting is they say, oh, and transparency. But once that came out, they stopped logging who. So, like, who's accessing it and all that and where from. Now they're trying to not track that. So when you look at it, you don't see all the egregious violations.
Yeah, but I mean, I can request these documents anonymously. I don't have to give up my information. I could do it
Right.
all anonymous.
Right.
I could fucking I could put in the FOIA request under the name mediocre podcaster. You know?
Yeah, but I think they're talking about there is like, an agency actually going in and getting access to the camera, like monitoring it or something.
So like a
Like,
like a NGO, like a
I don't know. It could have been anyone. It could have been the fucking state police. It could have been anything. It could have been fucking Walmart. I don't know who, but yeah,
yeah, well,
like,
when you tie in these like fusion centers that I
Mhm.
think we've talked about before, that can be real scary because they're just sharing information with everybody.
And what if they have an AI that's just tapping into all these flock cameras, sucking it up, just like the fucking Amazon Ring thing? And maybe that accounts for a large portion of your 500,000 in 9 weeks, because they're literally just siphoning streams.
So should we be saying congratulations to the people of Connecticut because they just saved some water by not having to use as much data in their data center? Or
So here's the thing on that, right? They say they turned them off. Well, how do you know that they're off and that they can't be remotely turned on by Flock
right,
or whoever? Did you put
right,
something to obscure the view and prevent them from being utilized? Because that's the only way to ensure it.
yeah. Um, it's all public information though, so it's like anything is out there. It's just is this the world we want to live in? Do we want to have these cameras everywhere? Like we already have cameras everywhere. Everybody has a fucking Ring camera on their house. Everybody has a vehicle cam, front or back, both. Teslas have 9 fucking cameras. Um, every business that you drive by on the road has multiple cameras. The city has multiple cameras up. I mean, how much more do we need? You
Well,
know?
there's another piece of irony to this is there's a big name independent journalist. I think one of his accounts recently got yanked from YouTube when he did a story on something else. But his name's something Oliveira or something like that. But he started investigating Flock, and he was going to their corporate office, and essentially they were just monitoring who was going in and out of fucking Flock, the company, from public sidewalk. And these people call the fucking cops, and they're using the cops to get these people's names and shit like that, right? So you tell me you want transparency, and you want us to be okay with your thousands of cameras everywhere, but you're not okay with two free Americans fucking right out on the side of the sidewalk monitoring Flock. You know what I mean? So like there's an issue. Like you can't even back what you're presenting, right? Like if your whole thing is fucking surveillance and that's fine, then why is there an issue when people turn the tide on Flock itself, right? Like because you can't have it both ways. You shouldn't, because it's a good sign that it's bullshit if it has to go two ways.
Am I crazy to think that we need to have a whole restructure of how we uh, operate as a country? It seems to me that we should have a vote on things like this in our area. Like there should be a vote. Should we install these flock cameras? Should we have this that like we have these politicians that go up and pass all this bullshit that we don't necessarily agree with. And even if you voted for that candidate, that doesn't mean that you agree with what bill they're passing and signing off on. Shouldn't we have votes on all of that? Like, I
And
mean,
that's what those Wednesday night meetings are. That's when your town says, "Hey, Flock contacted us. We're looking at a thing for doing a contract for 12 cameras." Right? So then they got to get public feedback on it, right? If the public is silent or they're just too distracted with everything else that they don't even send in commentary or any feedback on it, then you know through through abdicating your responsibility, you get shit like this. You know what I mean? Like that's the sad breakdown. That's how it works. The only people that are putting it out there where you don't have a lot of say so is like the state on, like state properties and shit. But then your only recourse in that is, kind of, harp on your representative on the phone, but locally you can get more impact, like in your city and shit, on having these in or out. But at the same point, it's all heading that way, right? Because now, even if they get rid of the flocks, they're going to have the drones and they're going to have more surveillance. They're not putting the genie back in the bottle. You know what I mean? Like, I agree with you. We should have a say. I don't think people should be under constant surveillance. Somebody shouldn't be able to just go to a computer and know that I left my house here. I took whatever route to get to the grocery store. They shouldn't be able to see, oh, I left here. I make it to work at this time. I take this route. Um, Consistent on these things when I go to the store. You know what I mean? These are all things that why do you need to know that much? It's different. It's not like you're seeing me outside and you take a picture of me or a
right.
video of me or some shit, right? Like it's surveillance. Nobody wants to be under surveillance. If
Well,
you tried putting a celebrity or a politician under surveillance, they're gonna arrest your ass for stalking like that, right? Like you will have them up your ass, but it's supposed to be okay when they do it, to us. I don't get it, but
for safety, Templar. It's about safety.
yeah. Won't somebody please think of the children?
Oh man, it's real scary. It's just like I mean, we're at Minority Report. Like we're right there. And even before that, there was Enemy of the State was you know a great movie that pointed out the surveillance back then. Was that 90 mid 90s, 95,
Yep.
96.
Yep.
So that's wild to think back then how it was, and look how much farther we are 30 years later.
Yeah, dude. Everything right now, your television, the fucking lamp light outside, every fucking ring doorbell going down the thing, the traffic cams, your fucking cell phones, your computers, like fucking just
Yeah.
everything is interconnected tattletale.
I got an idea. Why don't we fucking have a podcast and we'll put another camera right in our face and talk about it?
But the difference is this is willing, right? This is something that you're willingly sharing and you're willingly giving somebody insight into your views, like but
Well, I want to willingly share some new just hot off the presses.
oh yeah.
The American Heart Association reveals drinking up to 5 cups of coffee per day may lower the risk of stroke, heart failure, and type 2 diabetes. Holy fuck, 5 cups of coffee. I would be dead.
I
I
can drink 5 cups a day.
I literally will have 1 cup and I will be shaking.
Dude, I can drink a pot of coffee before bed.
Yeah, it is a book from the 50s by Philip K. Dick. I never read the book, but yeah, it's fucking fascinating. Philip K. Dick's he's put out a lot of good content. Another favorite of mine is that what's that animated flick that they did with Keanu Reeves and Woody Harrelson, and like Keanu Reeves is like an undercover cop and they're chasing down this drug. What the fuck is it called? I don't know. I have to look it up, but it's a really good one. It's Philip K. Dick. I drink coffee all day. I don't know how you guys
Are
do
you
that.
talking about Johnny Mnemonic?
No, no.
Oh no, the Scanner Darkly.
A Scanner Darkly. Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's
Scanner
like a
Darkly.
cartoon movie. Like
Mhm.
they put that filter on it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. That one. Yeah, 5 cups, dude, is a fucking lot. No, this is from Polly Market.
Yeah.
Betting.
So here's my guess. Don't drink 5 cups of coffee a day. It's probably a good idea to start staying away from coffee. If they're pushing coffee like that, fucking run.
Bro, I literally have like 2 cups a year, I think, and they're usually with Baileys.
Some Irish coffee, huh? That's what's up.
What was that?
I said some Irish coffee, huh?
Yeah, I love it. I love a good Baileys and coffee. Like we get about 2 cool days a year in Arizona, and it's nice to get up in the early morning and have like that cup of coffee and Baileys when it's like cold out, you know? There's like maybe 2 days a year that we get to do it. Well, I got a funny video for you here, Templar.
Go with it.
We gotta keep it light around here sometimes. So it's clear that Ted's mom is out wilding in fucking Palm Beach or wherever the fuck she lives.
Oh,
Polly might need to mind its own beeswax.
boy.
This is I like a good Irish breakfast shot in the morning. What's a shot? Irish shot?
The only way I can do any type of morning drinking is if I did like a shitload of night drinking the night before and I'm practically still in it and I'm trying not to be sick. But I mean, I haven't drank so long, I probably couldn't even drink anything in the morning at this point.
I don't drink, Templar. Dude, so why don't we talk about this right here? I got a video here, and this is something we've touched on previously in some episodes, as far as the dark side, if you will, of the entertainment industry, the music industry, and this involves Tupac, Biggie, and Diddy, and their lovers triangle that went wrong. So let's check this out, and then we can comment on it.
Why would Diddy get a tattoo of Tupac's skull over his heart?
All the people in the industry know at one time Pac and Puff was like this.
But Puff had an obsession with him for whatever reason it was.
Puff and Tupac was like a couple, it seemed like to me.
Whatever they may have done, and you gotta remember, they was all swingers. It came to the point where him and Pac wasn't cool no more at all.
Here's Combs and Tupac at Sean Combs' birthday party. This is the last time the two would be seen in public together. Something happened between them that night that ended their relationship. Did Tupac break up with Diddy on Diddy's birthday? Well, less than a month later, Tupac would be shot by Puffy's associate. Insiders have speculated that the East Coast, West Coast rivalry was a lover's quarrel gone awry. This tattoo over Diddy's heart. Why would Diddy get a tattoo of Tupac's skull over?
So, what do you think?
Oh yeah, I 100% believe all in on that. Like 100%, dude. Fucking the hip hop scene was the biggest fucking psyop of fucking pushing homosexuality on a fucking unsuspecting hip hop culture, dude. All those guys, when you now looking back or listening and finding out, like it's all of them. It's all of them. You know, like fucking. And the thing, I remember growing up, and you would have never thought it back then. You know, like uh, Tupac was big thuggin' and shit, right? Like these were the gangsters of the day and shit. And you just find out like, no, they were all paper tigers, and it was all bullshit, and they were selling records. And we were all naive. They got us.
Did you just use the term "big thuggin"?
I guess.
Clip it. Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of rumors and speculation about Tupac definitely being, you know,
Like his
even
old videos before he hit, when he's talking about, and when he is,
well,
clearly an actor just trying
he
to
was
make
a
it.
he was a backup dancer too for Digital Underground. Before he became, a solo artist, he was a backup dancer.
Yeah. And let's not forget, it wasn't until was it not Boys in the Hood, but fucking
Poetic Justice.
no, there was the other one. He was in Poetic Justice too, but I think Pac was in there was Boys in the Hood, Juice. He was in
Oh,
Juice.
okay, yeah.
And when Juice hit, Juice gave him this like super gangster persona, right? And then that was kind of like that was attached to Tupac at that point. And then that's how the world saw him. And then he did Poet Justice or whatever, I think, after that and whatnot, and then Copland or whatever the hell. But like that's how they gave that thing. That's how they sold everybody this flaming flamboyant dude as, hardcore. And it's my understanding it's the same thing with uh like Snoop Dogg and fucking pretty much all of them, dude. I think it's you got a handful like fucking what is it 50 Cent, like there's a handful of the guys that like held out and didn't get, but I mean it's few and far between, dude.
Yeah, it seems like all of them, they all have a story, even including up to like Little Wayne and Birdman and some of those guys too. Like they have their own
Yep.
little weird
Yeah,
boy
who
cult.
is that? Big Mike or whatever, right? I think that's his name. Big Mike. He used to be like a bodyguard and shit for a lot of these folks. But he's got plenty of YouTube videos where like he's out just kind of spilling shit on people and whatnot. Like there's a few insiders like that who constantly tell you got to take them at their word or whatnot. But if enough people are telling you this and you're seeing these traits with your own eyes, it probably lines
Well, you,
up.
you know what's crazy to think about too is like, Keefe D has been open and honest about being behind the Tupac killing since the '90s. And they just literally arrested him just a couple of years ago. So it's like, why did it take so long? And they still, they it doesn't seem like they have an open and shut case. It
Right.
doesn't seem like they're gonna convict him of the crime.
Didn't he get picked up right around the time when Diddy got picked up?
Yeah, I think maybe it wasn't too far apart. Um,
Because I think all that shit was kind of like pressure, and I think when they decided that Diddy was basically going to skate, that they weren't going to hit him with the deep shit, I think at that point the murder's got to go away too. Because if Diddy's involved, you can't prosecute this guy and not have the Diddy shit come out, right?
right,
So you
right.
got to kind of maybe throw that case. I don't know.
Bill S. Preston 11 says he's alive, bruh. He's in Cuba.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah, he's on the island with Elvis and Jim Morrison and shit. Although I used to think I used to think that was just, like a conspiracy theory. But the more you think about it, like with all these fucking, big name people, they were, like the children of fucking military professionals. So like if they were meant to play a role and to push a psyop, at some point they want to exit the world stage and just go have their life. So why not kill him at 27, which seems to be a magic number? Everybody just like fucking ODs or something at 27, and then they get to go be a
Well,
civilian.
it is interesting to wonder because like there's the theories of when Pac was shot and when Pac was locked up for, I'm not even sure what the exact charge was, but we don't need to say it because it'll probably get us flagged. But it was a sexual crime of some sort, and they say that was like a warning. Like if you don't fall in line with the agenda, this is your warning. Um, so you know, uh, are these people, are they allowed to get out? I heard one of the only ways that these people could get out of these like commitments is to convert to like Islam. Um,
Really?
yeah, and that's why some rappers have converted to it, and like there's videos out there of some guys talking about it. But they say that's the only way to escape it truly. Would they just allow these guys to fake their death? I mean, Tupac, I guess maybe, if they can collect, he must be worth quite a bit of money still. His
Right.
his
If they have the
catalog.
rights to his songs and his music, and they're making the money, I mean, sure, they could take the guy off stage. Although in the case of somebody like Tupac, maybe he actually dies, but a guy like Jim Morrison or Janis Joplin or something, they just exit stage left, like fucking go live your life now. You got money, you did your job. Fucking,
Dude, like I remember the chaos of the night Tupac got shot because we were right there, and like it was just very chaotic on the streets that night. Like we had taken the tram from the MGM over to Bally's where we had parked because it was easier to park over there and take the monorail than it was to park at MGM where the fight was. And then they came around onto Harmon over there, which is where the shooting took place. And I mean, I just remember people running and just the screaming and the chaos. Like it was wild, dude. It was like 16 years old.
I was in juvenile hall playing bumper pool when the news popped, and then everyone around me started freaking out that Tupac was shot and that Tupac, yeah, and like that's how I found out, and I just kind of watched it from inside there. That's a little delinquent.
The Illuminati puppet over here says, "I ain't mad at you. Music video shows him getting killed in Vegas." I don't know if I've ever seen the video for that. I do love that song. Like that song's a good one, but I don't think I've ever seen the video.
You know, I mean, look at what's his name, that the other dude who just died in the helicopter crash,
Kobe Bryant.
Oliver, whatever.
Kobe
Yeah,
Bryant. No,
um,
Oliver Tree.
there you go. Like, that guy seemed to know something was coming. He was even like making shit about like fucking faking deaths and this. You know what I mean? Like maybe his contract was up and it was time to exit stage left, and maybe that was his way to be like, like I'm gone, but I'm not gone. I don't know if that's legit, but
Well,
it's
what's your
just
take?
weird.
What's your take on his whole Antarctica stuff that he was putting out there?
I find it interesting that he, all this happens right when that's hitting, right? Like right when the premiere and all that is going down. Like now this guy's helicopter has to crash. You know,
Yeah.
um, the Antarctic thing. He had a lot of footage. I mean, if you watch the video, he was there for like months, and they said that they had footage of shit going into the water. They had shit coming out of the water. They showed that one thing that was following them in the water.
Hmm. I just, it's hard to tell with people like him because he played such a character,
Right.
and
Yep.
like he's hard to take seriously, you know.
Well, look at
Um,
Andy Kaufman.
okay, first of all, Bill, it's Templar with an ER, okay, not
That's right.
AR. I got a funny video here that we can laugh at real quick if you'd like. Um,
Yeah.
are you a fan of Chuck Schumer?
Oh, I'm his greatest fan.
Okay, I thought you might be. But this is some content that is right up my alley. Let's check this out. Do we have audio?
You
The
gotta click it.
streets, and we need
Let me
a
start it over.
complete. Now on Iran and the NDAA. The American people need to know, of course, how and why this chaos is spreading through their streets, and we need a complete investigation that's independent. Now on Iran and the NDAA. When all the Trump administration can...
Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Hold on, let's get it rewound a little bit.
I think he just blew the seams out of his britches.
And
I could
not only
hear the
that,
stitches tearing.
you could see his chuckle after it happens too. Pay attention for his chuckle. Yeah, Bill even just said he even laughed. Yes, he does.
That's independent. Now on Iran and the NDAA. When all the Trump administration can say about his...
You see it? Oh man, that's funny.
Dude, oh my goodness.
Investigation that's independent. Now on Iran and the NDAA. When all the Trump administration can say about his...
Dude. He wears Depends, right?
You know what, dude? I'm not mad at anybody that wears Depends. I think I might need to start wearing them for some of these longer podcasts. And I mean, let's also be honest, there's nothing better than relieving yourself while having a conversation with someone. I learned this in county, where when I got out, I had to have my ex come into the bathroom with me when I got out. I got so used to talking to people. I was like, I need you to come in and talk to me.
Come keep me company.
Oh man.
Funny.
Yeah, dude, even the chuckle there gets me, dude, at the end there.
Independent.
I mean, good for him.
Now
I
on
guess.
Iran and the NDAA. When all the Trump administration
Dude,
can say about
look at it. He even kind of lifts himself up a little bit, to like release it. He even does like the hands in pocket, just like I don't know. Maybe it was gonna give him some lift. Maybe.
Life comes at you fast, man.
That guy. Him and Trump are boys. They're friends.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe
Like
they're all
close
boys.
friends,
So
friendly.
we've talked about this on a podcast that I've heard from AOC's ex that she's truly a conservative.
I would believe that because she's 100% full of shit. She's just
Yeah.
a puppet that they're pruning for a presidential run.
Get the fuck out of there. Is this real? Bill, is this real?
Is this some conspiracy?
It's just Depend now? No fucking way.
No. Look it up. There's no. Dude. I know it's Depends. With an S, Depends.
Oh, dude.
Done. They're fucking with us. They're breaking our timeline.
I quit.
Is it Depend?
I don't.
Are they saying it's Depend now?
I don't want to do the podcast anymore. I'm out of here.
Stop. No. They're lying. They are fucking with us now. They're changing shit they don't even need to. What? Dude. What the fuck happened? Are we all dead? Did we all die and we just don't know it? And maybe we got to go through this until we figure out that we're all actually in hell.
Can we turn CERN back on?
Right?
What the fuck is going on?
Dude, I usually don't deal with Mandela effect, but I know. Dude.
I just. What's crazy is the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory one keeps popping up too. Like we even talked about it on my episode of Here's the Thing this past week. It came up. I didn't bring it up. He did. And I'm like, holy shit, we just talked about this, with Allie. Like, yes, it is very crazy, William. What the fuck is going on?
Usually I allocate them to poor memory or associating impressions of impressions and shit like that. But
Well, so
I
that was like what I was saying with Allie last week was that she thought Gene Simmons had passed away from Kiss, and I was like, well, Ace Frehley just passed. Is it possible people are confusing Ace Frehley with Gene Simmons? Because I had never heard Gene Simmons passing away, and he's still alive. So
right, and he actually had some thing come because he just said some controversial thing or talked somewhere or something like a week or two ago.
yeah, I mean, he's always playing shows too, and like sometimes my friends play in his solo band, so like I hear about him all the time. He's just constantly in my feed.
Yeah, talk about a narcissist, man. That guy is fucking way. I could never vibe on him, dude. Like I couldn't.
He definitely, yeah, he's a capitalist for sure. Like he wants to capitalize on every aspect, and I respect the hustle, to a degree. Like I like having all that merch and stuff is cool, putting your name on everything. I mean, they got Kiss coffins, Kiss condoms. I mean, just all kinds of merch that you just never even think of, you know?
Is he still married to Shannon Tweed or whatever her name is?
They are, and they literally only got married not too long ago. They've been together for a long time, but they just recently got married. But yeah, I mean, you gotta respect what he did as far as marketing the band Kiss and turning it into the huge brand that it is. Because let's be honest, they're bigger than their music. Their music is absolute trash. And I'll probably catch a lot of flack for saying that. That's two fucking bold statements I made in this podcast, so I don't care how many of you followers I lose. I'll say it, Kiss sucks. Okay?
Dude,
I
I'll be
said it.
honest with
I
you. I
said
don't like Kiss.
The Beatles fucking suck too, and Frank Sinatra's nothing more than a glorified wedding fucking singer. Okay? I said it. Led Zeppelin can go fuck itself too.
I need to go
sorry,
ahead.
sorry, Chaz Stumbo, but Led Zeppelin is fucking just rip-off artists that stole their music and
Yeah,
did some
Stairway to
little
Heaven or whatever.
and they did some little dance with the devil or something, and so they became famous. But yeah,
Yeah, that's an interesting story. I seen them talking about that.
yeah, they stole the song from a band called Spirit, and the fuck's the name of it? The song I think is called Taurus, maybe. But yeah, they toured with. What's crazy is they legit toured together, the two bands,
Right.
and then all of a sudden they came out with that Stairway to Heaven, and you could listen to the two songs side by side, and they sound very strikingly similar.
Right.
But I've
And they
also
insist that
heard
they never heard it before. That's the other thing, is they're absolutely insisting never heard it before.
it's
Even though
possible. It's possible. I could see it happening, but however, they say that they're both actually stolen from like a 14th century Italian fucking love song or something like that. I don't really know the whole history, so please don't quote me on it, but allegedly they're both stolen from this other song. So I don't know.
what if, just what if, right? What if like you go back to like the 1600s, 1500s, 1400s, 1300s, and what if like their major songs of the day were pretty much the shit that we have, but
They're
then
they're
just like
they're
the
they're they're rocking Cardi B and shit.
yeah,
More
but
like
but the live version, right? But not Cardi B herself. Like the music, maybe they changed some words or some of the thing, but the basic fucking template, you know, would be there. I mean, we would never really know because I don't know how far back we can dig some of that, but it wouldn't put it past me. Like some of this major shit just gets recycled because there's a different meaning to it, you know.
yeah, yeah, totally. Um, And I mean, it happens in comedy too. You hear of people writing similar jokes that didn't steal from one another. It happens all the time. It's not that uncommon to have a similar take on
Premise.
something. Yeah, especially when it's something that's popular and in the realm. It's not that odd, you know. And
Unless you're Amy Schumer or Carlos Mencia, and then otherwise you're a joke thief.
right, yeah. Well, I mean, and there's multiple instances of that, you know. The Carlos Mencia. I don't know a lot about the Amy Schumer story, but I've heard, you know, that was a thing. But you know, the Carlos Mencia one's pretty blatant and obvious, and it's from multiple comedians and multiple people talk about it. And dude, that's what really you know broke Joe Rogan's podcast out. You know, was that whole story. You know, there was like a raw video that Red Band shot
Yep.
of Bobby Lee
Of him
talking
calling
about
him
it.
out.
Yeah,
Like
and then
you can see Mencia's, because Rogan and Mencia are both on stage, and Rogan's just calling fucking Mencia out. Mencia gets like way more defensive, and you know what I mean. He's just not as open about it. He looks fucking guilty, right? And Rogan's just kind of like boom, 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 boom.
yeah, yeah.
That didn't work out well for him.
But dude, man, that was another great episode with Templar of Doom. And
Snoop Boop.
I can't open the page, but everybody please go to phoneboothpodcast.substack.com. Check out the Substack page. Tons of great content on there from 4 different podcasts, plus the live streams, plus bonus content. Check it all out. There's links to the merch store. Get yourself some merch. You know, some of these t-shirts are a steal for 20, 25 bucks. You can't get a good high quality shirt like some of these. So go ahead and check those out. And then also head on over to Can Am Bullion. Get yourself some metal. Why don't we have a price on here? What's going on?
Yeah, I don't see it. Gold, silver.
Oh, there it is. It's
There it
down.
is.
So listen, if you would have bought at the beginning of this episode, you'd have lost money. But
Yeah.
you know, this is when you want to buy is in the dips. You know, I don't really think, and I'm not a financial expert by any means, so don't quote me. I don't think it's going to drop too much farther. You know, like I think, you know, we're in a dip right now, and it's going to take off again. You know, once this Iran stuff settles down, I think we'll see all the metal take off again.
Yeah, dude. Like if I had the money, I would just be all in on fucking metals and shit like that. Did you see, by the way, that X Cash started or whatever the fuck that is? The whole banking system that X has going on, X Money or whatever they call it.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I've heard of it. I knew it was coming, but I didn't know it was out already. I'm curious about it. You know, maybe they could start paying me some fucking ad revenue again. You know, I'll take it in. I'll take it in X Cash if that's how they want to pay me. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But dude, thank you everybody for tuning in. It's been a blast. We'll see you all next Monday. Templar, I love you, my man. It's
And
always
don't forget, sometime Friday, we're gonna hear that everything's good, everything's good. Then by the time Monday gets here, the war is gonna be on again, and everything will be back again. Because everything's fake and gay and on repeat.
That's right. So if you think you've heard this story before, you have. So on that note, good night, everybody.
Good night, Bill. Good night, Blue. Good night, Cam. Good night, peace.